Oh, good morning. Caught you just in time. So, a day 9, I think, of training. Sort of video update of how we're getting on. Last week, I attempted to ride from Winchester to Hassocks. Unfortunately, failed. Ended up having to retire at Westbury, near Horton and Amberley, so kind of the halfway mark. So, what have I done differently this week compared to last week? Well, firstly, I set off earlier. Last week I ended up getting into Winchester at about 2. By 5 o'clock it was already getting dark. I had a light, but I went the wrong way so many times. It is so difficult to navigate in the dark, and bear in mind all I'm looking at are these footpath posts, and you know, it's saying the South Downs Way, or there's a little acorn on the sign. So, most of these signs are pretty well weathered, but so today set off the first train I could get, and at 5 AM 5:30 set it off and got to Winchester at 7:30. So hoping I've got the whole day of to daylight to get to Hassocks. So why December 16th? The main reason is it's going to be the biggest challenge. That is going to be the hardest time to really do this type of thing. I've seen a lot of videos, read a lot of articles and been on many websites, and you can see what people do, and generally it's through the summer. And definitely if you're walking this over a span of a week or so, whatever, then yeah, I completely understand. I've seen a few bikers do it in the summer. Really good to just get an idea of what equipment they needed, and just general information that you sometimes wouldn't pick up on. So it's going to be either one of two things. It's going to be very, very cold and icy but dry, or it's going to be very, very wet, maybe a little bit warmer. I probably would prefer the first option, because up on the downs, definitely when you're at the highest points, you've got that wind coming from sort of the southeast usually, and that is just constant. And if it's raining and hail, I've done it before up on the downs. It is very difficult, painful. So the downfall with probably being icy is that a lot of the South Downs Way is chalk, definitely on the climbs, and that does get really slippery. So there's going to be some really difficult climbs there when we get to them.
So this is the bike, the old trusty steed that's going to carry me on this journey. It's a Transition Patrol. It's heavily modified, full suspension, so it's not the greatest bike to have on these sort of bike rides. You really want to try to probably do this on a hardtail or even a rigid bike. I've seen a lot of people do it on that. It's 11 speed. I've got clip-in pedals, which I have borrowed from my dad's road bike. As you can see, I have damaged that side, so I'm still learning on those. Upgraded forks. Do need to upgrade the grips. These are definitely worn down, and they do bruise your hands after a long journey. As you can probably see, I keep locking this out on my front forks and front suspension. I don't know if it makes much difference, but to me I think it does. Definitely if you're climbing or you're on the straights, have it locked out. If then you're downhill, let it loose, and yeah, this bike likes to go down hills fast. Woo! A memory foam seat cover I bought from Lidl. I doubt it's really doing anything, but it's giving a little bit of comfort. Obviously I've got some heavily padded shorts on as well. Knobbly tyres. It's an aluminium frame, so it's a very heavy bike, but I've got all the essentials that I need. Water, I've got this as well for more water and food that I keep in there. So yeah, that's a quick brief overview of the bike. There are 4, 8, I'd say 10 sheep, all in a single file line. Very regimented. Their pack leader have got them in order.
already starting to say some weird things on my own for too long. Okay, so the first hill, really the first proper climb off-road. Last week when I tried this, I seriously struggled. That would help if I'm in a lower gear. With the clip-ins, as you can hear, they keep on popping out, but that's just because I'm twisting my foot too much. So yeah, first proper climb, just coming into Coombe, I think it's pronounced. Really, oh, and there you go, already come off. The hardest bit now is getting back on. Oh damn, I thought I was going to do it this time. Okay, so we're now at the Queen Elizabeth Park, which is the highest point apparently of the South Downs Way at 270 metres. I think this is the top, or there could just probably be up there, but when there's up, there's down. So let's go down. Yes, this is it. This is so fast. Yep. Let's get clipped in. Yes. A bit downhill. Woo. And that, ladies and gentlemen, could be why we reach 160. That'd be ludicrous. 60 kilometers an hour. And also is why I take this full suspension bike. See a clump of mud in my eye. I remember it all, but in the dark. Oh, hello. This is Queen Elizabeth Park. Didn't know. It's actually a sort of bike park, I believe. Trails. I saw some pretty man-made trails at the bottom. Oh, did I get it? Swore though. Can't have that. Can definitely tell it's autumn. I don't know what I'm doing at the moment. I keep on putting my GoPro away and pressing record while it's in my pocket, even though I thought I turned it off. So anyway, we'll see what footage we come back with. These are dotted all over the South Downs Way. There's about a dozen of them. Here we go. So we're in Cocking, and Amberley is the next tap. 11 miles. So yeah, there's about a dozen of these, I think, dotted all along the South Downs Way. Because the South Downs Way is 8,000 years old. There's a bit of history for you. So this is the River Arun. We are in Amberley. Amberley is just over there. I don't want to get too close to the river. I'm going to drop the camera. I know I will. So this is technically the halfway mark, 80 kilometres. So I think we've got about another 20 or so to go to get to Hassocks, and then that will be pretty much 2/3 of the whole of the South Downs Way. So let's crack on. Okay, so it's coming up to 4:30 and I'm passing Storrington. So if my calculation is correct, then if I was to leave at 4 from Winchester, I would be around here at about 1:30. So I believe that over there could be the A24. Looks quite busy. Swamp. gets to this point where I've been talking to myself quite a lot. I haven't been listening to any music or podcasts, which probably would be a good idea to do. Meet the farmer. He covers here and Eastbourne, or towards Eastbourne. What do we think that is? Is that Storrington or Stenning? Who knows? I'm hoping it's Stenning, because that means that I'm further, but that's a lot of light for Stenning. As soon as I get to the pig farms, I know where I am, and I'm not too worried that I'm getting lost. Oh, so many gates, and they're very unforgiving. Shouldn't slam it like that there. Right, onwards. Not got to Stenning. Those lights that were over there is in fact Storrington. I'm coming past Sullington, and then that'll be then heading towards Washington. From then it's pretty much home straight. Stenning, Edburton, Upper Beeding, or Upper Beeding, Edburton, can't remember which way around that is. Folking, and then that's pretty much, then I'm at Hassocks, and that's where I'm going to start riding back home. So definitely on the home straight. This is all at the top of the hill riding, so I don't think there's much descent. Oh gosh, I need my light on a bit brighter. Can't really see what's going on there.